Good evening, Saints fans, and welcome back here to Berkman Gymnasium for tonight's basketball contest between the St. Lawrence Saints and the RIT Tigers. We just witnessed the St. Lawrence Saints women's team beat RIT in a thriller as they scored in the last minute to win by 1 point off the hand of Katie Gallagher. A great game by the women's Saints. Just wanted to say that today's pregame show is brought to you by Brian Wilcox of Northwestern Mutual, a second-generation St. Lawrence alumnus and a proud parent of one alumna and one current student. Brian knows a good investment when he sees one, and that's why he's proud to support Saints athletics. Visit brian-wilcox.com for all your wealth management needs. I'm Angus Wolf. Along with me is Addie Adams. We're excited for this game. St. Lawrence not doing so hot this year, 1-6 in the Liberty League and 3-11 overall. That's the worst record in all of the Liberty League, while RIT sits in fourth place with a 4-3 conference record and 6-8 overall. Some quick game notes: the Saints tip off their third consecutive conference weekend and second weekend at home after falling to Clarkson, Ithaca, and Union last week. Junior Ben Crawford earned a spot on the Liberty League weekly honor roll, averaging 16.4 points per game and 18.4 per game last week. He is a savage out there. You want to watch out for him. Plays with high energy. Ben Crawford, the senior, getting it done for his Saints. Crawford leads the Scarlet and Brown with 16.6 per game, while Dom DeRegis and Pierre Coffey averaged 10.5 and 10.4 respectively. The Tigers are led by Troy Pierre Lewis with 14.8 points per game. Anthony Lewis and Robert Aguilera round out the top three scorers, averaging 11.8 and 10.4 points per game respectively. Aguilera leads the squad with 8.6 rebounds per game. RIT averages 68.1 points per game. That's a hefty amount of scoring. Last season, the Saints swept RIT. We'll see if the St. Lawrence Saints can continue their success against the Tigers this season. Once again, I'm Angus Wolf along with Addie Adams, and we just wanted to remind you that the Saints pregame show was brought to you by Brian Wilcox of Northwestern Mutual. Visit brian-wilcox.com for all your wealth management needs. We'll be back here shortly just after the national anthem for the tip-off of this matchup between the Saints and the Tigers.
As they announce starting lineups here, we're just going to give you a couple quick fun facts. You know, the St. Lawrence Saints is 3-11, 1-6 overall in the Liberty League. RIT is 6-8, 4-3 overall in the Liberty League. Two very good offensive teams. RIT is one of the top 4 teams in the league defensively this year in the 2017-18 season. St. Lawrence Saints is one of the top offensive teams, averaging around 73 points a game. Saints a very young squad this year after losing some key contributors last year in Willie Zachary, Kyle Kobus, Kyle Edwards, Kieran Miller, and Sam Adler. So a lot to be. St. Lawrence is going to look to try to replace those guys and look to keep growing. One thing that Coach Downs talked about, especially last week, is consistency. You're going to get a various amount of inconsistencies with freshmen, especially those who haven't played college games at this level. So Coach Downs is saying that, hey, these freshmen, you're going to have to stay consistent and stay within yourselves and trust the process. Everything is not going to come easy, but go out there every day, practice hard, and turn it over into the game.
Coach Downs, a good mentor for those younger players, though he is quite a veteran in his 21st season. On the other side of the coaching, Bob McAven has 34 seasons under his belt with RIT. Quite a career for both these coaches. They've been in the game for a long time now.
Starting 5 for the Saints, it's number 4, Brandon Arnold, a freshman. Big 00 down there, a.k.a. Big Homie, Christopher Minor, in at the center position. Number 11, Pierre Coffey, another freshman from Norwalk, Connecticut. Number 21, Benjamin Crawford, a.k.a. the Fisher Cat. As well as number 5, a.k.a. Dasani Water, Dom DeRegis from Jamesville, New York. What a jump shot he has. He has one of the best jump shots in the Liberty League right now, I can tell you. That's why we call him Dasani Water. Most purified water in the North Country right now. Expect to see some big names coming off the bench, and David Gaggis, Mr. Big Body himself, starting off the Big Body Network. Steve Lau, Albany native, alongside with Riley Niclario. Riley Niclario is out for the season with a torn meniscus. One of the key contributors and a 1,000-point scorer Riley Niclario is. He'll be back next year for the 2018-19 season. That's his last go-around. Another injured player, Chris Jeffries, a freshman from Norwich, New York. Great upside he's shown. Tip belongs to RIT. RIT this year is a great defensive team. They have a lot of big guys on this team this year and a lot of guys who can shoot from the 3-ball range. As we see, great defense inside by both Big Homie and number 21, Benjamin Crawford. One thing to look at tonight is number 4, Brandon Arnold, coming off a strong weekend against Ithaca and Union, knocking in 6 threes total for the weekend, putting that 3-point percentage up higher and higher. Great steal there by Benjamin Crawford, and Dasani Water is now off and running with Brandon Arnold. Brandon Arnold takes a nice little 18-foot jump shot, and it's up and good.
That was some water there by Arnold there. Great shot on the pull-up midi.
It's a great jump shot, great-looking jump shot there, Angus. A little nice 18-footer right in front of the 3-point line. Up and good for the first points of the game.
St. Lawrence in the zone here early. RIT trying to penetrate with passes, and then a shot fired there by number 15, Troy Pierre Lewis, doesn't fall.
Nice kick out there by Brandon Arnold. Brandon Arnold has gotten better and better, Coach Downs says, at running that point guard position. Earlier in the season, we saw that Brandon Arnold wasn't quite ready coming off after high school, but now he's developed much more and is ready to go here in the second half of his collegiate season. Great pump fake there by Benjamin Crawford. Couldn't get that one to go. Offensive rebound taken by number 5. Here goes Troy Pierre Lewis, number 15, up. Great defense there by Big Homie, a.k.a. Minor. Weighing in at 255. Great offensive rebound there by Benjamin Crawford. Benjamin Crawford is a double-double machine, now averaging a double-double on the season. well on his way to 1,000 points. 55 more points left for Benjamin Crawford as he will hit 1,000 very soon. Still there by Troy Pierre-Lewis as Benjamin Crawford trails him, and he goes in for the left-handed layup, and it's a tie game now. Angus, what do you think of the defensive antics are going to be for both teams here, especially with RIT being one of the top defenses in the league?
As I said before, it looks like St. Lawrence has dropped into the zone pretty early here. Crawford with the travel there, going to be RIT ball, but if St. Lawrence can maintain their zone and play as a unit, I really think they'll give this RIT team some problems. Ben Crawford isn't so tall, but he plays like he's a big. He plays big out there, and he's getting a bunch of rebounds, like you said, a double-double machine. He will be a key factor to this game for the Saints, defensively and offensively. Going to be tough without the length of Niclario out there anymore. The big for RIT is pretty good. Robert Aguilera averaging over 8 rebounds a game. That's going to be tough. So I really do think Ben Crawford's going to have to come up big, along with big homie Chris Minor, 0-0. They're
going to have to keep this RIT team off the glass. They do a very good job rebounding, especially on the offensive end. They average around, around 4 offensive rebounds a game. That's a lot of rebounds. That's a lot of offensive rebounds. So St. Lawrence is going to have to get on the glass. They're not a very big team. Biggest player thus far this season is Big Homie. Big Homie's only standing in there about 6'6". So nice 10-foot jump shot there by number 10 on RIT.
That was Atkinson there. Nice jumper there. Flicked the wrist. Ball falls.
St. Lawrence is going to try to make it an effort to get the ball inside of Big Homie. Big Homie gets it now. He's going to try to put in work. Great spin move there. Up and over, and good for his first shot. Big Homie, 255 right there from Buffalo, New York. How about them Bills?
Nice work there in the post there against the great player in Aguilar for RIT. He's got some length, got a little bit of height advantage on Big Bobby 00, Big Homie, the guy.
Saints showing some zone here. A little 2-3 zone, extended 2-3 zone with both Crawford and Dasani Water, a.k.a. Dom DeRegis, up on the wings. St. Lawrence has been playing zone all year due to their height difference amongst other teams and being so young. Great defensive effort there by St. Lawrence as Dasani Water pulls up for Trey, and it's good! That's why we call him Dasani Water. Did you even see that? That thing didn't even touch the rim just now. Oh my God.
DeRegis, he knows a little thing or two about hydration. Definitely drinks his Gatorade. Got the water on deck.
Oh my
As you can see there, flick of the wrist, hand down, man down, Dom DeRegis.
Great move there by number 30 on RIT, Robert Aguilera, as he sends that one away too. But let's go back to Dom DeRegis. Dom DeRegis, Jesus Christ, oh my God.
Hand in his face. Just absolute eye sockets for the RIT defender. Don't want to be him. Don't want to be him today.
Dasani Water he is. Just before the game, Angus, I asked him what kind of water did he have today, and you know what he told me? Dasani.
Yeah, definitely Dasani. Sometimes he's looking for the smart water when he's looking for a nice pass.
No smart water, just Dasani Water in the North Country, Angus.
Okay.
Little 3-ball taken there by Brandon Arnold, and that one's good. Brandon Arnold shooting at a high clip from 3. Thus far, Saints now up 4.
Nice play there by DeRegis there to get it to Pierre Coffee. Coffee now just misses on the layup. Oh, playing big is Ben Crawford as he gets the rebound offensively and gets the foul. He'll take 2 shots here now.
Great job there by Benjamin Crawford getting on that offensive glass. Benjamin Crawford, a.k.a. the Fisher Cat. You know Benjamin Crawford cuts his own hair, Angus?
Does he really? Well,
he says, why go to a barber when I could cut my own hair?
It is quite short. No fades there.
Bold, very bold call by going with the skinhead in the wintertime in this kind of weather, man.
Well, you know, I
29 degrees outside.
I kind of like the short hair sometimes because you don't get any hat hair if you just always wear a hat.
That's true.
Yeah, it's nice.
But, I mean, we are in the North Country.
That's true.
Might want some hair in your head, you know what I mean? But everyone's different.
Gaggus checked into the game for the Saints now.
David Gaggis, number 3, Mr. Big Body himself. Big body movement, number 3, is in the middle of that zone there, as you can see on your screen.
Hands outstretched. Not trying to let it in the middle, but they do here now. And a nice lay there.
Up and in, number 22, Wyatt Smith. Wyatt Smith, one of the key contributors for this RIT team as a senior. 6'4", 210 from Rochester, New York. He's been around this league for a while, so he does know how to score as Chris goes over, tries to get it off the backboard, but banks closed today, Christopher. I'm sorry. It is 8:13 on a Friday. Nice drive there again by number 22, Wyatt Smith, as he gets some back-to-back deuces. Your score is now 11-10. Saints lead with about 15 minutes left in this first half.
Wyatt Smith with a real nice touch there on that right side. You can just see it off the fingertips.
Big homie down there trying to get position on that low block. Saints are trying to do a good job trying to free him on that low block. With just 2 seconds left, Pierre hoists one up and out. RIT is now running. Number 5, Anthony Lewis. Always got to find him, especially Troy right there. He is one of their key players right there. Troy Pierre Lewis, 6'2", out of Providence, Rhode Island.
Calm and composed on that tray right there. Took his time and splashed it with the slow release.
Three ball taken there by Pierre. A little short, hit off the side of the rim right there, and that one floats out of bounds. RIT is going to go down with it. Like I was saying earlier, Angus, number 15, Troy Pierre Lewis, and number 5, Anthony Lewis, can both shoot the three ball at a high clip, as we've seen just now. That corner three ball to put the RIT Tigers up by 2 here with just under 14 minutes. What do you think the Saints are going to have to do, Angus, to try to keep those two composed and under control?
I think they just need to really stick to their game plan, really make sure that they're good on the defensive end of the ball, not let RIT run away with it too much, and keep some consistent scoring going. Just can't let the margin get too big here as the Saints look to improve their record here, looking for their 4th win of the season. And as I said before, any little spark that can happen during this season will obviously translate into next season. It would be great if the Saints could turn around the second half of their season here.
That's right, Angus. Just being so young, this is what can happen sometimes. But Coach Chris Downs always says trust the process with these guys. Good group of guys who can play the game of basketball. So you're just going to have to keep watching here, folks, and watch these young boys develop as we continue on. A lot of these guys have 3 years left at this school, so we'll see what they can build on here with head coach Chris Downs. There's a lot of swag on the St. Lawrence bench between the coaches there. Coach Tom Miller, former and retired coach who coached over at Messina High School in Messina, New York. Different suit every game, I got to tell you, Angus.
Really?
His suit game, his suit package is just unbelievable.
Really?
Shoes with the blue shoelaces, you know what I mean?
Really?
It's just
He's got years of experience.
Years of experience. It's just crazy. I wonder how many suits he has in his closet. We might have to go suit shopping, Angus.
Definitely. Maybe more than the Salvation Army even.
A little thrift store action. There goes Dasani Water. He hoists one up, and there, that one touches rim. Never seen that one.
Hydration station.
Hydration station it is. Oh, my goodness. Dom DeRegis, Dasani Water, 2 for 2 from 3 ball right now. That kid has the best jump shot in the one of the best jump shots in the Liberty League right there. Is number 15, Troy Pierre, knocks in another 3 ball there. Scores now 18-14. RIT leads as Dasani Water brings it up the right side of your screen now. Flips it over to Ben Crawford. Back in Dasani Water's hand, a.k.a. Dom DeRegis, who, for those who don't know.
Pierre Lewis looking calm and composed. And that ball is just coming off his hand nice and going into the bucket. Watch out for him for the rest of the day. He is the top scorer for RIT.
3 ball taken there by Brandon Arnold. That one a little long, hits the front end of the rim and then hits the back end of the rim to come out for a RIT rebound. but the ball's going to stay here in Saints possession as a foul gets called on the floor. Dasani Water down the region is going to take the ball out, hands it over to Big Body. Big Body pump fake, but stepped right out of bounds on that pump fake, and ball's going the other way. Got to know where you are on the court. Got to be aware of your surroundings. Number 15, Kevin Murray, freshman, left-handed with some finesse. Played great last weekend against Ithaca and Union. He's going to come in and give some valuable minutes off that bench here from Plattsburgh, New York. Troy Pierre-Louis there on the left side of your screen. Ball gets dumped in, kicked out again. Number 23 drives real strong. Corner for Pierre-Louis. He launches that one. No good. Rebound taken. Could have been a foul call there, and the ref gets him there for a hold. Number 23 on the Tigers. Jamie Rooser gets called for his first foul up in the front court.
RIT coming into a little bit of a press here, full court. See how the breaker is for the Saints.
RIT with a little man-to-man press here. Brandon Arnold feels the pressure from number 23. This RIT team is a really good defensive team, so we'll see what St. Lawrence draws up here. Here goes Kevin Murray, line drive. Tries to get it going. He's going to go to the charity stripe for two. Great take there by Kevin Murray, lefty out of Plattsburgh, New York.
Nice take there. Shows some patience and some change of speed. Got to the rack and drew the foul.
You notice that change of speed there, Angus. Change of speed is a valuable skill to have in this game of basketball. Pretty unguardable, too. Have a player who can change speeds at any moment. Makes him hard to guard, and that's what Kevin Murray is right there.
Very key. It's not even necessary that you have to be so fast, just that you recognize when to change speeds and throw off the defense.
Exactly. Great point there. (3-2) being shown here by St. Lawrence. St. Lawrence has been in the zone off defense all year long, trying to keep teams out of the paint. Ball's going to stay here with RIT as that one is deflected off of the hands of Big Homie. 0 down there. Just 10 on the shot clock for RIT.
That one just goes out of bounds, right off the hands of Justin Schneider. Could have been an opportunity for an easy layup for him there, but just couldn't handle the pass.
Here comes Dasani Water on the right side of your screen now. Skips it over to Chris Miner. Saints here looking to be in a little motion offense. Benjamin Crawford almost gets called for the travel there as the ref looks at him. Kevin Murray's going to try to go up with that one. That one a little bit too hard off of the top of the backboard. See what RIT comes up with here on the offensive side. Troy Pierre-Louis is in the game running along the baseline here. Got to know where he is as he gets off a three here. No good as Benjamin Crawford comes up with the rebound. Benjamin Crawford doing a great job rebounding the ball this season. Great push ahead there on the fast break. Brandon Arnold getting that one to Kevin Murray. Kevin Murray does a very good job getting into that paint and finishing around the rim, so he's going to go to the charity stripe for two this evening.
Nice job by Xavier Maxwell to try to draw that charge. Just wasn't quite successful, but recognize the effort there as he sells out his body.
The Saints hold a 31-23 all-time record against the Tigers, so usually these games are a tough battle between the two. So we'll see who comes out on top tonight. Saints are going to try to move that record to 32 and 23. But RIT is going to try to move that record to 24 and 31. RIT here just looking to skip the ball around. Try to get into the seams of this zone here. As number 32 does, kick out for number 23. He launches a three, and that one's up and good. 23, Jamie Rooser, Jr., 6'2", out of Newark, New York. Great jump shot shown there, his ability to knock down that three-pointer. RIT has a lot of guys who can knock down that three-pointer. As Brandon Arnold hits a second three tonight. He's been shooting that three ball at a high clip thus far over the past couple weekends here. Another three ball taken by 23, and back-to-back three balls here by Jamie Rooser. It's been a three-ball collage here on both ends of the floor by the Saints and RIT Tigers, as Brandon Arnold handles the ball here at the top of the key, skips it over to Kevin Murray. He's going to skip it over to Ben. Dasani Water has it now on the right side, denies the screen, takes that little 18-foot jumper, and it's good.
Water.
Water, straight water. Did you even see that touch the rim?
I don't even think it touched the net even.
That's why you call him Dasani, because I'm pretty sure Dasani packages its water with the most purified and most pure, tasteful water in America. You know, there's some good water. Fiji, Essential.
It's not Dasani, though.
It's not Dasani.
It's not the same
Poland Spring's pretty good, but it's not Dasani. Nice little 15-foot jumper taken there by Brandon Arnold.
Brandon Arnold. Him and DeRegis having good games here. DeRegis shooting 75%, 3 for 4. Arnold's 4 for 6 now, 66.6% now.
That's right, Angus. His number 30 takes a nice, strong take.
Foul on Arnold there on the floor, I believe.
It's going to be his first foul this evening. Number 30 doing a great job staying aggressive. Just under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Score is 23-24. RIT leads. Tight game thus far, with a lot of offense being displayed and a lot of defense being displayed as well.
Steve Lowe, first time checking into the game for the Saints, number 10.
Steve Lowe, Albany native. Steve Lau, played alongside Riley McClary at Albany Academy. So good to see those two back on the same team, although Riley McClary is hurt, but he'll be back next year with Steve on the court. And Steve makes a great defensive effort there as a jump ball gets called, but the arrow is in favor of RIT, so RIT is going to have this one with 13 left on the shot clock.
Some bodies crashing to the floor there.
Excuse me, it's going to be St. Lawrence basketball. Possession arrow shows. St. Lawrence trying to look to get the ball moving on the perimeter. Try to get RIT spaced out. Jump shot taken there by Christopher Miner. A little bit too strong by Christopher Miner, but Crawford, the Fisher Cats, there for the offensive rebound once again. He's going to go to charity stripe, for 2. Pierre Coffey set to come back, check back into this game.
Ayo, Pierre, do you want to come in here? I think he does, and he's back in.
He's back in right now as the Fisher Cat rattles in his first free throw. Knots the game up at 24. Doesn't get the second one to go, and it's rebounded by number 30 on RIT, Robert Aguilera. almost a steal there by Fisher Cat, but doesn't get to it. One more, skipped over to number 5. Number 5 drains that one. Anthony Lewis. Anthony Lewis can get going from that 3 ball. 6'2" out of Rochester, New York. And the travel there called on Pierre Coffey. A little bit too much steps. Can't really do that in the game of basketball.
That's Coffey's second travel of the game. He's going to want to limit those turnovers. The Saints want to stay in this one against a solid RIT team.
Definitely. Saints got to do a better job taking care of the ball, especially versus a team who plays very well on the defensive side of the basketball. Great point made there, Angus.
Almost a backcourt there, but Atkinson able to save that with a crazy behind-the-back save there.
Number 10 gets a 3 ball off there and rattles in and out. Great box out there by Pierre Coffey on on Aligera down there. Robert Aguilera, excuse me. Steve Loud there. Comes off of the screen by Fisher Cat. Big homie dumps it in. The Fisher Cat gets foul call, and it's in. Potential and 1 play here for Fisher Cat. Benjamin Crawford does a great job on that offensive side of the ball, I'll tell you.
He plays big, and that's key, as I said, for them. He needs to play big for the Saints tonight.
Absolutely. He's averaging a double-double thus far. Only 55 points left for Mr. Crawford to reach 1,000. As that and 1 play is good. As he completes it, score is now knotted up at 27 with just coming up on 6 minutes left in the first half. Anthony Lewis at the top of the key. Got to be aware of both Troy Pierre Lewis at the top. Little left-hand hook shot there. Aguilera couldn't quite get to that one as Pierre Coffey pushes the ball up the floor now for the Saints. Gets it into Big Homie. Big Homie goes right up. Misses the layup. Benjamin Crawford is there. Tries to get it back. Rebound taken by Dasani. Dasani goes up a little bit short. Rebounded by RIT. Turnover there by Troy Pierre Lewis. And Benjamin Crawford is going to go for the dunk. Great dunk there by Benjamin Crawford. Benjamin Crawford shows a lot of athleticism on that offensive side. Talented player. Wow.
Going back
Robert
and
Aguilera
forth.
going back and forth here. That's right, Angus, with the scoring. As back-to-back dunks are shown by Ben Crawford and Robert Aguilera as he goes up for the two-hander right under Christopher Minor. Benjamin Crawford lines up a 3 ball. That one's too hard. Troy Pierre Lewis is there for the rebound. Head coach for the Tigers, Bob McVean, has been around the game of basketball for a long time, and he knows how to coach a team. I asked him earlier what he thinks his team is going to look like from going on for years to come. He says, hey, I got a great group of guys here, and all I'm worried about right now is tonight and how I'm going to get these guys to buy in the defense.
That's right. He also said he's pretty optimistic about the rest of this season. He said they're doing pretty good, and they like the spot they're in now. They're in 4th in the Liberty League, and he thinks they can climb that ladder to either at least the 2nd or 3rd spot. Hobart's looking really good this year, though, and we're hosting them here at Berkman Gymnasium tomorrow. Both the men's and women's will be playing them. The women's will start at 2, and we'll have a day of fun basketball from there on out.
Yes, there is, Angus. Great games of basketball here in the North Country. Great defense played by St. Lawrence as Steve Loud gets on the floor. Troy Pierre Lewis takes that one as Pierre Coffey tries to take it back from him. Inside to Robert Aguilera. He gets Chris up in the air for the potential and one play, but it's missed. Christopher Minor's going to pick his first foul up of the evening, as Robert Aguilera is going to go to the charity stripe for 2.
Great ball movement by RIT. Just about 4 passes in a row there where the guys only had the ball in their hand for about half a second.
First one up and good. Second one up and good, excuse me, for Robert Aguilera as he puts his team up 2. With just under 5 minutes left to go. Brandon Arnold checked back into this one this evening. On the court for the Saints right now is Christopher Minor, Brandon Arnold, Steve Lau, Dom DeRegis, and Pierre Coffey. Steve Lau, a transfer in as a sophomore from Washington.
From what school did he go to before?
Washington College.
Oh, okay.
Transfer in. So he's back.
Back in New York.
Offensive foul there by Christopher Minor. A little bit too quick to set the screen as he barges right into a RIT player. Ref thought, can't do that, so the Saints turn it over to RIT. This is what Chris Downs was talking about, limiting these turnovers against good teams. Although his team is still young, you gotta keep the ball in St. Lawrence possession when you have it.
St. Lawrence getting away pretty well though, as they're playing quite good defense here tonight. Only a 4-point ball game. 29-31, RIT leading.
St. Lawrence showing a stretched out 2-3 zone here, as that one is almost offensive rebounded by the RIT Tigers.
Four minutes left to go here in the first half.
Saints are going to try to look to get something going downhill here. A small lineup is in. Biggest guy out there right now is Fisher Cat Benjamin Crawford, standing at about 6'2", as he tries to grab another offensive rebound but doesn't get to that one. As number 4, Brandon Arnold, gets caught up in that one right there and picks up another foul. That's going to be his second this evening.
Nothing he could really do there, just got caught in the mix of things.
That's right. Saints still in this 2-3 zone here, extended 2-3 zone with Kevin Murray and Dom DeRegis, a.k.a. Dasani Water, on the wings there. Great defense here shown by the Saints. RIT staying patient on the offensive end. Got to know where Troy Pierre-Louis is as Dom DeRegis gets a foot on that, and that one sails right out of bounds. Great defense there. Just 8 seconds on the shot clock for RIT.
As we said, Ben Crawford is a double-double machine. Already has 7 points and already with 10 rebounds here in the first half. I'm sure he'll complete the double-double again here today with a whole half left to play, along with 3 minutes left here in this one. Great D there by Dom DeRegis, stopping that water effect. We like it when he hits it, but not the other team.
Tell you what, that was a great defensive possession there by the Saints. Closing out on shooters, hitting gaps, stunning at other people's mans. It's a great defensive possession as they get the ball inside to Benjamin Crawford. He goes up as he gets number 30, Robert Aguilera, gets called for a foul there. So Benjamin Crawford is going to go to the charity stripe for 2.
Nifty move there by Ben Crawford. Looked like he was going to go to the left. Last second, just went to the right from 2 feet, standing still.
First one no good for Benjamin Crawford. Second one up and good for Benjamin Crawford. Saints now only down one with just under 3 minutes to go. Troy Pierre-Louis at the top there. Sends it in for Robert Aguilera. He grabs it off the rebound and gets it in for an easy two, as Benjamin Crawford wasn't quite ready for that one. Robert Aguilera standing at 6'7", so it's a tough matchup there for Ben Crawford, only at 6'2".
As I always say, though, Crawford really does play bigger than his height shows. Really knows how to box people out well and use his strength in the lower body to get that basketball off the boards.
That's right, he does. Little trapping action on the Dasani Water over there. They know he can stroke it. Kevin Murray at the top swings over to Brandon Arnold. He rips through, tries to pump fake him getting off the floor. Down to reach Dasani Water, gets that one off. A little bit too short off the front of the rim, and here goes Troy Pierre-Louis, 2-on-1 here. He gets it over, and number 23 there scores it easily off of a great find by Troy Pierre-Louis. Number 23 there, Jamie Rooser, adds another deuce to his stat sheet. Just under 2 minutes left here in the first half action. Saints down by 5:30. Another offensive rebound taken by St. Lawrence. Brandon drives strong. Ben Crawford gets Robert Aguilera off his feet, but Aguilera does a great job not fouling there under the rim. And one situation going on here is Jamie Rooser having a night. Jamie Rooser, 6'2", 195 out of Newark, New York, gets the defender off of his feet for a little one dribble pat into a 15-footer right off the glass bank shot. His bank is open at 8:40 p.m. here in Canton, New York.
That was just some really nice ball movement by RIT to break the St. Lawrence zone there. And a great job by Rozier to hit the bank shot and get to the line.
RIT doing a great job staying patient against St. Lawrence's zone, Angus.
Yeah, they know that they're using the full shot clock. They know that they have time left in this game. They're starting to increase their lead a little bit now, 32-38, 6-point lead. .40 seconds left here in the half. A shot from Arnold, and that's off. Rozier with the rebound.
Troy Pierre-Louis now on the break. Dishes it over number 22. Number 22 goes straight line drive for Wyatt Smith, 6'4", senior, 210 out of Rochester, New York. Gets a nice little dime there as they go up 8 with just under 20 seconds to go in the first half. St. Lawrence is going to hold for one. The ball is in Dasani Waters' hands. He skips it over to Brandon Arnold. Let's see what they do here.
Wyatt Smith is now 3 for 4 with 6 points.
Great block there underneath by Robert Aguilera as that one goes to the Tigers. As we have 2.2 seconds left in the first half, let's see if they throw a Hail Mary here just to end the half, or they're just going to hold it. Anthony Lewis is going to throw a Hail Mary, and that one just short of the rim. Great first half action here, Angus, with both sides showing some great defensive efforts.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed by St. Lawrence, actually. I really think they're staying with their game plan, as I said before, staying in that zone. And RIT doing a good job being patient, as you said, too. And I think we're going to have a great second half and a great finish, just like we did with the women's game before.
We'll be back shortly after our halftime break in about 15 minutes for the continuation of your St. Lawrence Saints against the RIT Tigers. All right, we're back here. My name is Addy Adams, and alongside me is Angus Wolf. We're back here for the start of the second half between St. Lawrence Saints and the RIT Tigers. Your halftime score was 40-32. RIT up 8. RIT shooting 53% from the field and 38% from three-point, and 100% from the free throw line. St. Lawrence shooting 33% from the field, 33% from three-point, and just 54% from the line. St. Lawrence is going to try to improve those numbers as we go along here in the second half. Great game thus far from Benjamin Crawford, 3 for 8 from the floor, 4 for 7 from 3. Put in 10 points, 11 rebounds, 6 came from the offensive side of things, offensive side of the glass. On the other hand, Jamie Roosers, 4 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3, totaling 11 points.
Those are definitely the two impact players of the game so far. As we get underway here now, big move, but doesn't fall for RIT as Coffee is away with the ball now.
Coffee didn't see one drop yet in the first half, so he's going to look to see if he could get things going here in the second half as Dom DeRegis drives into the paint as Chris tries to get him off his feet. Length bother him a little bit. Benjamin Crawford falls to the floor in a little scuffle for the ball now. It's going to be called.
It's a jump ball. It's going to be RIT's ball, I believe, on the possession. Yes, it is.
Great call there, Angus. Better eyes than I have right now.
Yeah, they just got tied up with it down low there after Crawford was blocked. And now St. Lawrence coming into a bit of a half-court trap.
Yeah, a little zone press there to try to speed RIT up a little bit.
Just a great look there by Pierre Lewis, but Aguilar just didn't get it to fall, got blocked on the shot.
Great look, better block. Great block there by Big Homie. Don't come in the paint with that mess as Troy Pierre Lewis strips Dasani Water, passes it to number 12. He spins off, gets it back. Troy Lewis in the corner. He's going to launch a three ball, and that one is good. Got to find him on the court.
Once again, so composed from 3.
Great efforts by him stealing the ball and then getting back into the play for the 3 ball. Score's now 43-32. RIT up 11 here to start the second half.
It is impressive how Pierre Lewis can still shoot his shot with a defender coming at him with no difference. Just strokes it every time the same and gets the result he's looking for with the 3.
That's right, Angus. He is a very composed player. He's been here, done that before. A senior from Providence, Rhode Island, 6'2", 180.
Saints down by 11. I'm getting kind of thirsty here. I need some hydration from my man Dom DeRegis.
Yeah.
Some Dasani water, please.
Some Dasani water would be good. You know, get it going here. I'm a little dehydrated. I don't think there's any water in the purifier right now, but I'm pretty sure that Dasani will get something going here. We'll probably get a package in a couple of minutes. You think, Angus?
Yeah, maybe a little electrolytes.
Yeah.
Getting in there. Got a little confusion on the court here. Not quite sure what's going on. Players are laughing. Spirits are high. That's what you like to see. Just at the end of the day, it's all about fun.
Yeah, game of basketball is about fun. We're here to have fun. I mean, why watch the NBA and Division I basketball when you could broadcast a St. Lawrence live stream?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
This is fun. We're just having fun out here.
Like, why would you ever do that?
Bergman Gymnasium. There's too much politics in that stuff. Like, this is nice, right?
This is fun basketball, up and down, no politics.
We got our boys trying hard out here, every play, unlike the NBA.
Nah, you don't need the NBA when you got the Liberty League. And that one goes in for Pierre Coffey. Pierre Coffey, after an 0-7 start, knocks in his first one.
Hey, Pierre. He's coming in here now.
Saints in an extended 2-3 zone right now. RIT is going to look to work this ball around as they get it inside. They're staying patient with it. Back outside for number 22. Number 22 decides to take that little 18-footer. Wyatt Smith, but it rims in and out. Here comes the push by Brandon Arnold. Brandon Arnold sends it over to Pierre Coffey. Pierre Coffey gets another one to go. He's 2 for 2 from the three to start the second half. 2 big threes there from Pierre Coffey after starting off 0-7. Great one more there by Troy Lewis. Anthony Lewis gets in there. Great rebound, offensive rebound there by Robert Aguilera. Robert Aguilera is a handful down there. That one is an easy rebound for Fisher Cat. Dasani Water coming up with the ball here. He flips it over to Brandon Arnold. Brandon Arnold trying to get it in to Chris, big homie. He gets it in, makes a move right over the left shoulder.
Will Atkinson having some trouble getting it to go here so far for RIT. He's gotten a lot of playing time though, just not getting it in.
RIT is going to take a timeout here after being up 11 points. It is now a 3-point game with 17 minutes left in the second half.
Atkinson now just 1 for 5, 20% from field goal. It would help them if they could get him to turn around on the shots.
Atkinson not known for his shooting ability though, but they would like to see him drop in some. RT is going to look to get Anthony Lewis and Troy Pierre Lewis going in this one thus far. They're 2 seniors, credible scorers for the Tigers. Saints are going to try to keep working to get back into this one and hopefully take back the lead. Saints haven't led since the second half around the 12-minute mark.
Right now, Brandon Arnold having a good game, the freshman. 10 points, 2 for 4 from 3-point. That's pretty good shooting there from him, 4 for 7 overall. That's what we like to see from our freshmen here, having a good night. 40-43, the score, Saints down by 3. Good job to come back quickly, and in just about 3 minutes, they made a 10-point turnaround, basically. I'm sure Coach is happy with the boys.
Definitely. You like to see that momentum swing right there after being down 11 and coming back to be down 3. These freshman guys have revived. As they leave Troy Pierre Lewis open in the middle, almost a steal there, but Anthony Lewis pump fakes him, gets it back to number 10 cross court. He takes a 3 and then knocks it in. Number 10, Will Atkinson, a sophomore guard from Orchard Park, New York, standing at 6'3". He has the ability to knock down that shot, but St. Lawrence is going to let him take it. He hasn't shown great strength in his 3-ball shot this year, so St. Lawrence will live with that shot. Minor begging for it down there. Big homie gets the call on Robert Aguilera. Almost a 5-second call there for Dom DeRegis as he tried to get that one in. But they get it in with just 12 on the shot clock now. Big homie's there, scoop pass to Brandon Arnold. Nice little floater there from Brandon Arnold. Nice little assist, scoop pass from Big homie.
Good awareness there by Chris Minor. Had his head down, then just saw Brandon Arnold cut in front of him and dumped it right off to him for an easy bucket.
Robert Aguilera is going to take a 2 there, And here comes Speedy Gonzalez himself. Nice low 15-footer there. A little off balance. But RIT is going to take this one. Troy Pierre Lewis gets it over to Robert Aguilera. He couldn't quite hold on to that one. Would have been a great pass and a great finish. But instead they turn it over to the Saints. Big body himself, Mr. David Gaggis, is now checked into the game for the first time in the second half. Big body number 3 down there with the flowy hair.
Rosser back in now Hasn't missed a shot yet for RIT. Let's see if he can keep that perfect shooting game going.
That's right, Angus. He had a tremendous first half here as RIT shows some pressure in the front court. His big body almost gets tangled up there. He does. Great defensive efforts there by RIT as they don't let that one get out of the court. 4 seconds left to bring the ball up the court. And they get it over just in time. Big body gets it into Fisher Cat. Fisher Cat goes up and gets the foul call. Number 20, Charles O'Kee.
Just playing strong there, Ben Crawford, as he always does, getting to the line. That's what the Saints need right now.
Ben Crawford, an undersized big, but he does well for himself. Always trying to rebound that ball and keeping the ball alive, especially on that offensive side of the glass. He does it so well as he knocks his first one in at the charity stripe. Saints down 3. Low brisk night today, this evening here in Canton, New York. 29 degrees, a low of 28. Not too bad after the weather we've been having the past couple of weeks here in the negatives.
Definitely not, definitely not.
So it's good to be back in some higher temps. As number 30 makes a strong move inside, gets the offensive number 20, get the offensive rebound, battling Ben Crawford down there, but Ben Crawford gets a piece of his own medicine there. As Charles is going to go to the line for 2 now.
Got about 15 minutes left here in this game. RIT up by 2 with a man at the line.
First one rattles in and out. Second one is also no good for Charles there at the charity stripe. As Pierre Coffey's on the right side of the court right now. Swings it over to Big Body. Big Body turns it over there. And RIT is now up and running. Big Body tried to take a charge, but no call. There's Anthony Lewis goes up, and the foul is called. He's going to go to charity stripe for 2. Great effort there, staying on that offensive glass. RIT, Anthony Lewis is going to the charity stripe for 2.
First one is cash for Lewis. Big Bobby 00. Chris Miner back in the game, along with number 15, Kevin Murray for the Saints.
Kevin Murray, a key contributor right now, especially with the lack of bench St. Lawrence has due to injuries. Providing some valuable minutes off the bench from Plattsburgh, New York. Had a big weekend, an outbreak weekend, I'd say, from Kevin. Good addition to the St. Lawrence squad. A little soft press here by RIT. Ben Crawford up at the top a little bit too hard. That one's going to go right back to RIT. Chris Downs is over there telling him, why would you throw that? Got to be a little bit more patient in the shot clock. Only about 11 seconds into the shot clock. Let's try to use the whole shot clock, it seems like Chris Downs was saying down there. RIT is looking to keep that ball swinging against his 2-3 zone. Dasani Water comes up with the steal, outlets it to Mr. Speedy Gonzalez himself, and he puts it in. Brandon Arnold, great finish there and great feed by Dasani Water, who does it all,
I want to see Rossi get up some more shots here. Still hasn't missed. Still hasn't shot, though, in the second half.
Great outlet pass there to Ben Crawford. Brandon Arnold
tie game now on that layup from Crawford.
Great effort from the Saints here after being down 11 to come out in the halftime. Skip court. Anthony Lewis is going to take a three ball there and knocks it in. Big three ball there for Anthony Lewis. 48-51, RIT leads. St. Lawrence has not taken the lead since early on in the first half. Here comes Dasani Water off of a screen set by Ben Crawford. He's going to take the pull-up jumper, a little bit too strong, but Brandon Arnold is there. A little dump pass over to Ben Crawford. Ben Crawford, no good. That is going to be a up and in, which is a jump ball. Okay. So that one's going to go over to RIT, which equals a travel if the ball goes up and in through the back end of the rim. So
gotcha.
RIT is going to take this one back down to the court as Chris Down calls a timeout to talk things over with his squad. Angus, what do you think the Saints are going to have to do defensively to try to slow down this RIT team?
Well, I think even more important than defensively right now, they got to just keep getting that ball in the bucket. They don't want to miss out on any opportunities. Can't afford any more turnovers here in the home stretch. 12 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. Saints down 48-51.
That's right. We'll see what RIT comes out with here. They try to settle down this Saints high-paced offense in the second half. Saints doing a better job putting the ball on the rim in this second half after shooting only 33% in the first half from the field. A low steal there by Dom DeRegis, a.k.a. Dasani Water. Dom DeRegis gets his second two-point field goal to go tonight. Saints down one. Great defensive efforts there as Anthony Lewis gets in for a little floater. And Robert Aguilera is there for the offensive rebound. He's going to go to charity stripe for two as they get Benjamin Crawford there for his second foul of the game.
Lewis slashing into the lane, nice there, and then finds Aguilar. Great play by Lewis.
First one no good as it hits the front of the rim for Aguilera. Pierre Coffey now checked in the game for Kevin Murray.
Pierre Coffey, 2 threes in this half. Let's see if he can rattle off a few more and get a Saints lead built up here. Just slips out of the hands there of Dom DeRegis. Had water on the mind for sure, but
definitely had water. Slippery hands there for Dom DeRegis. A little bit too much water, but it's okay. He'll probably get it back. We'll see what the Saints do here in this soft press as they get it over to Troy Pierre-Louis. Troy Pierre-Louis is very good at knowing when to shoot that ball and finding his shot.
Very patient play.
Exactly. Lets the game come to him. Has a nice kick there as Anthony Lewis gets in for a nice little 12-foot floater there as he puts his squad up 3 with just under 12 minutes to go here in the second half. Dasani comes off of a screen set by Big Homie. Big Homie with it at the top of the key now, swings it over to Dasani. Let's see what he does with it. Big Homie now has it, drives to the lane hard, right hand hook shot, hits the side of the backboard, but is rebounded by RIT. Great defense there by Brandon Arnold as he kept his hands up. Great kick out there to Pierre. As Saints is going to set up back in their offense now. Great way to be patient as they have 18 left on the shot clock. Chris gets it in there. Lucky pass, Chris gets in there. to Benjamin Crawford as he finishes that, and they're now down 1, 52-53. Anthony Lewis is getting in that paint, and he's getting the same shot every time, just letting the defense break down here, Angus. It's just, it's looking too easy for him as a senior.
He is starting to get hot. Anthony Lewis with 12 points now, 4 for 8. Bringing that percentage up to 50% here in the second half. Crawford with a nice bucket there.
Great drop-off pass there by Brandon Arnold, getting that ball tight in between those seams. Great pass there by Brandon Arnold. Jamie Rosser thought about the 3-ball there, but gets it back out. Pierre Lewis in the corner there. Jamie Rosser is going to take a 3. That one rattles in and out. Robert Aguilera is there. And wow, Anthony Lewis is on fire here tonight.
That was Rosser's first miss of the game. First shot of the second half, though. Surprised he hasn't gone into it more.
RIT switching up their defensive schemes now. They're now looking in a 2-3 zone against St. Lawrence as Pierre fires this one away, and he rattles that one home, his third 3-ball this evening.
Ayo Pierre, 3 for 3 in the second half from 3. That's what you like to see.
Nice little left-hand hook there by Wyatt Smith over a smaller guard in Brandon Arnold, only standing about 6'1". I don't really know if he's 6'1" down there on that court, but Wyatt Smith has a couple inches on him at 6'4" as he gets that one up and over real easy for a deuce.
Minor slips there, gets called for the travel. And it's going to be a timeout now here for the Saints, I believe. Pierre Coffey was over in the first half, but now 3 for 3 in the second half, making him 3 for 10 overall. Shooting only 30%, but all from 3, so he's doing pretty well with 9 points. Got some points at some crucial times, though. Saints only down by 3 with 9 minutes to go. RIT, the number 4 team in the Liberty League, while the Saints sitting at last. This would be a great win for the boys here tonight. Coach Downs getting them fired up over there now.
It'll be a huge win for the Saints if they could end up with this one tonight with a 3-11 record. As they look to stop the slump. RIT ball now coming up on 9 minutes left in the second half. RIT here against this 2-3 zone that St. Lawrence is showing. Wide open 3-ball for Jamie Rosser.
Rosser showing us again the Trey Bop. Nice shot there by Rosser, number 23.
Almost a steal there by Jamie. RIT doing a great job keeping Ben Crawford out of the paint in this one as they turn it over. Now running, Jamie Rosser is now up and they get the block there. That's going to go on Pierre Coffey as he tries to distract a flying Jamie Rosser to the rim as she's going to go to the charity stripe for 2.
As I said, Saints really need to make sure they limit those turnovers. Going to be a quick turnaround here in terms of the spread if Rosser makes these 2 free throws. Here's the first. Misses on the first. Good for the Saints. In the game for the first time now is number 24, Connor Badlam.
Connor Baglam, a Ogdensburg native. He's checked in to the game for the first time this evening, as Angus just said. We'll see what he does here tonight, standing at only 5'8". Pretty small guard out there. But I'll tell you what, he's a little feisty when he gets after it. Brandon Arnold loses the ball right there on that one, as Christopher Minor, a.k.a. Big Homie, relieves him. Ben Crawford now at the top of the key, swings it over to Connor Baglam. Connor sees it. Brandon Arnold's going to settle for a 3-ball. Rims in and out. Tough possession there for the Saints, as RIT does a great job defensively, keeping them out on the perimeter and forcing them to take a 3-ball. And that's what the RIT Tigers like. They like teams to settle. They hold teams to about 30% from that 3-ball range. So they're doing a great job tonight trying to keep them off the 3-ball line and running them off as they did there. Connor Baglam with the rebound here as he pushes it up the floor. Travel there by Brandon Arnold as he took a little bit too many steps there under the rim. Ball's going to be turned over to RIT. Coming up on 7 minutes left here in this one. Still a close game, 57-64. RIT leads. St. Lawrence still matched up in this 2-3 zone, as RIT is doing a great job extending, trying to get that zone extended for more 3-balls as they whip that one around. Number 10 drives strong. Kick out to Troy Pierre-Lewis. He launches that one in a little short. Air ball for Troy Pierre-Lewis, as the crowd would say.
Pierre Coffey, on the other hand, with some great defense, had his hand outreached right in the eyeballs. Nothing going that time for Pierre Lewis. That was just a little bit too good a defense.
Great dump pass there by Brandon Arnold. What a find there by Brandon Arnold. That kid has eyes at the back of his head, the side of his head. Must be illegal to have that many eyes.
Let's
Great.
see if Crawford can complete the and one here. Crawford now has 20 points, 7 for 13 from field goal.
Benjamin Crawford misses his first one as he runs back now. He's like, oh man, I missed that one, but I cut my own hair anyway. I look good. The St. Lawrence jersey.
With his own haircut and all.
With his own haircut and all. As the Saints do a great job right there, knocking that ball out of bounds as Connor Baglam's going to step off the court. And Dom DeRegis, a.k.a. Dasani Water, is now back on the court for the Saints.
I need some splash in my life. Where is it, Dom?
I think he just picked up the package from UPS.
Okay, that's good.
That's why he was out now. See, he grabbed the rebound there. Now he's up and running. Brandon Arnold, Mr. Speedy Gonzalez skips it over to Pierre. Pierre Coffey takes a 3-ball a little bit too long, and that one's going to go right out of bounds off of Big Homie's hand there. A little bit too anxious there by Pierre Coffey, but Chris Downs lets them know it's okay, and they're going to get back into their defensive scheme here. Let's see what RIT does with coming up on 6 minutes left. What do you think the Saints need to do here, Angus, to stay in this one after jacking up so many 3-balls? As number 12 gets an offensive rebound.
I definitely think it's going to be important for them to limit the threes from Rosser as well as Pierre, but they need to start scoring some as well on their own. Haven't scored in a little bit here now, and maybe Dasani Water can help
Dasani Water right there as he keeps his hand up in the air. You show him, young fella.
Hand down, man down. Hydration station.
I told these guys he went to go pick up the package from UPS. He had to go sign it. That's why he was off the court for a little bit. You know, you can only get the package if you sign off on it.
If you sign it.
So he has it now, and the Dasani Water is being spread out all throughout the North Country Gymnasium here.
And the UPS guy knows that not many other people can handle
such
a lethal three-point package.
Exactly.
It's
like,
hard. It's hard.
That's why Dom himself had to go sign off on the package.
Yeah.
No one else can handle that type of water right there.
Not even his parents. Definitely not. It has to be you.
People drown in that type of water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, definitely.
It's never good when you have that type of. Christopher battles for the rebound, and he gets the offensive rebound and battles for it, and he's going to go to the charity stripe for 2. Big homie. Doing a great job down there on the offensive glass. Number 12 for RIT, Marcel Davis, is fouled out of this one. The junior from Buffalo, New York. The junior going against the other junior, Big homie, both Buffalo natives.
Big Bobby double O Chris Minor has a chance to tie this game right here.
Exactly.
62-64.
Big homie there gets the better advantage over Marcel Davis. Shows him which side of Buffalo he's from.
Oh yeah, a lot of scoring swings. I wonder if I'm sure they played each other in high school. They had to.
I'm sure. First one rattles in and out for a Big homie. Saints only down 2 with just under 5 to go. Still a great game here, in Berkman Gymnasium.
Pretty good crowd here too.
Second one, splickety splash for Big homie. Troy Pierre-Lewis comes up with this one after an RIT player in Robert Aguilera seemed to travel, but didn't get that one to go. Anthony Lewis splits that one a little bit too hard off the backboard as Benjamin Crawford comes up with that one.
You know, that was a pretty good possession by RIT, even though they didn't get the score. I like how they're able to get it down low, and they don't try to force a shot. They recognize that they can still bring it back out to the perimeter.
Exactly.
Work for a better shot, work that play clock.
Now up 1 here, the RIT Tigers are. Brent Crawford's going to go to the line for 2. RIT Tigers already in the double bonus. First one up and good for Fisher Cat. It's now a tie ball game. Let's see if second one up and good. St. Lawrence is now taking the lead.
We wish they took the lead, but not quite yet.
Great defense there by Benjamin Crawford as he gets a hand on that one. Pierre Coffey's going to pull up for 3 here. A little bit too strong as he grabs the offensive rebound. Things have definitely anteed up here in Berkman Gymnasium as Saints take their first lead of the second lead of the ball game, after taking the lead earlier on in the first half. RIT Tigers down the reach is going to take one, rattles in and out. Benjamin Crawford's there for the offensive rebound. He gets up and good. Great work there by Benjamin Crawford. Puts his team up 3.
He is playing big, as I like to say about Ben Crawford a lot.
Playing phenomenal basketball right now. As Troy Pierre-Lewis has missed one out there in the corner. Saints looking to move the ball around and keep RIT on their toes here. RIT a good defensive team, so let's see if we get this one back. Brandon Arnold drives, gets it into Ben Crawford. Ben Crawford a little bit too strong. Troy Pierre-Lewis comes up with it, hands it over to Robert Aguilera. He turns it over, not yet. Anthony Lewis is there. And a foul is called on Pierre Coffey as he gets wrapped up with Anthony Lewis. No jump ball there. Pierre's third of this ball game as Big homie checks back into this one.
RIT still not even in the bonus yet, though. So they will not go to the line. Going to inbound here will be Atkinson.
big body back in the game for the Saints, number 3. As you see on your right side of the screen there.
Gagas, that is.
Anthony Lewis here at the top of the key, swings it over. Troy Pierre-Louis swings it. Anthony Lewis now has the ball. Couple quick ball reversals there. Troy Pierre-Louis launches one there, and he ties the ball game, 67-67. Tigers do not go away. Let's see what the Saints come down with. Brandon Arnold swings it over to Big Homie. Big Homie has it on the top of the key. Benjamin Crawford now has it at the top of the key. Brandon Arnold now takes a 3-ball, and he knocks it in. Big 3-ball there from Brandon Arnold, and he puts his squad up 3 there. Great effort there to knock that one in. 3-ball knocked in there by number 10, and he says, hey, you got a 3-ball, I got a 3-ball back for you. Will Atkinson, a sophomore guard, 6'3", from Orchard Park, New York.
He's got the package. He copped that for sure.
Hey, he said, hey, you got a 3-ball, I'm going to give one right back to you.
Didn't waste any time.
As he knocks this one up at 70 with just 2 minutes left to go in the second half action here in Canton, New York, Berkman Gymnasium.
2 very exciting games here tonight at Berkman. The ladies of Saints winning on almost a buzzer beater by Katie Gallagher. Got it off right before the shot clock. And then RIT only had 5 seconds to try and score. But they failed, and the Saints won that game. Only by 1.2. Gallagher's 2-pointer just got the Saints ahead.
Timeout taken by RIT. Looking to talk things over after that 3-ball has gone down by Will Atkinson. Chris Downs is now in a huddle still with his team, talking over some offensive and defensive schematics here this evening. They're going to come down with this one and see if they could get something going on the offensive end. My guess here is they're going to try to get something inside going to either Benjamin Crawford or Big Homie down there. RIT is going to pressure the ball here, some full court man-to-man to try to speed up the young Saints. Foul call here by number 22. Wyatt Smith, we're in a 1-on-1 here. Benjamin Crawford is going to go to the line for a 1-on-1 situation. First one up and good. So
Huge
he's going to
that he made that one. Huge. So he's got this second chance now. Make it a 2-point ball game.
1 possession game here, potentially, if he knocks down this free throw. Saints now in the 3-2 zone with Pierre Coffey in the middle, trying to keep that ball out of the paint there. Pierre Coffey extending that zone a little bit to try to keep RIT from shooting that basketball. So we'll see what they can do here. Anthony Lewis gets over, a little midi jump shot as he knocks this one at 72, coming up on 1 minute left in the ball game. Great game in Berkman Gymnasium right now. Women's basketball game came down to the wire, and so is this one.
Lewis got 17 now, 6 for 11. Really came alive here in the second half.
Dasani Waters lines up for a 3-ball, no good. as Benjamin Crawford gives it right back to RIT as he tries to save that one. RIT has a chance to take the lead here. Let's see what Anthony Lewis and Troy Pierre does on the wing here as they hot potato the ball back to each other. And RIT coach Bob McVean is going to take a timeout here to draw something up with just 42 seconds left in this one, knotted up at 72.
Crucial possession here coming up for RIT. Let's see if they devise a good plan here for the Saints.
You could say that again, Angus. Very crucial possession here for the RIT Tigers. His coach McVean has drawn something up for his Tigers team here as Troy Pierre Lewis catches it in the corner. Now back out to Anthony Lewis. Saints extending this zone right now as Anthony Lewis launches one up. An offensive rebounded by the Tigers, and he's going to get an easy layup there.
What a save there by Rosser.
Great effort on the offensive rebound by number 23, Jamie Rosser. Great effort there to try to get that one back, and they do, and they get a 2-point conversion. What do you say about that, Angus? That is some great hustle right there.
That is just bananas right there. That's all I got to say, honestly.
Hey, you can't teach that. You can't teach hustle. That's something you do with instinct, you know what I mean?
Threw it right to his man, and then he easily finished. That was.
18 seconds left in this ball game here. 74-72. Tigers up by 2. Coming down to the wire here, ladies and gentlemen.
Great job by Anthony Lewis to see that ball in the air, snatch it, and keep his composure and go right to the rack and lay it in easily.
Saints just broke down there after that ball was offensive rebounded by a Jamie Rosser, and Saints broke down and RIT had a line drive to the rim. Anthony Lewis taking that. I bet he didn't get a better Christmas gift than that right there.
Definitely not.
Telling you. Let's see what Coach Chris Downs has drawn up here for his team.
Dasani Water on the court.
What do you think? Dasani Water is on the court. What do you think is going to happen now? What do you think they're going to try to do? They're going to try to get the quick 2 or go for it all here?
You know, I think they're going to go for it, giving it to Dom first, and then, as you said, giving it back to Brandon Arnold. He's been hot in the end here.
Might as well go for the 2 if you can to try to knot this one up here as Dom DeRegis takes a 2, doesn't make it, and it comes out. Fight for the ball right now. And the jump ball.
That's going to be Saints ball.
Saints will get the ball back. Great hustle by both squads there. Everyone diving on the floor for a loose ball. You got to love that if you're a coach. Bodies on the floor for the basketball. How much do you value that basketball? As bodies are being thrown on the floor as the ref gets out a towel for a sweaty floor down there.
72-74, 8 seconds left to play. DeRegis inbounds, looking for coffee, can't get it to him. Big Bobby, oh!
Great block down there by Robert Aguilera as Chris had a good feed to Benjamin Crawford. Great look there by Chris Minor as he gets it to Benjamin Crawford, and Ben a little bit too quick on going up for the layup as he misses it right under the rim. And they get a chance for the offensive rebound. They grab it, but Robert Aguilera is there and says, no, pins that one back away, and RIT ends up with it with 1.7 left on the clock as Coach Bob McVean is going to call a timeout here.
That's just something that Crawford has to capitalize on. Wide open, with the game on the line.
That's just unlucky there. That's just unlucky there by Benjamin Crawford. Got to know where you are on the court at all times. Got to position yourself to put the ball in the basket. Great pass there by Christopher Minor, setting up his teammate. Just an unlucky play right there. As I said, anything can happen. There's still a lot of time left on this clock here, so if the Saints could end up getting a steal and getting a shot going towards the basket, then it's not over here, folks. So let's stay tuned and see what can happen. 1.7 seconds is a lot of time for a steal and a shot.
RIT, he's going to have to inbound it. They are not in the bonus, which is a key factor here for Saints and their opportunity to come back into this one.
That says something about the Saints' defense this second half, doing a great job keeping their man in front of them. Great job keeping bodies in front of them, the Saints, thus far this second half. Let's see what they try to do to try to come up with the steal here to get something going to the basket. Like I said before, Angus, 1.7 seconds is a lot of time. So we have a 4 flat here at the charity stripe for the RIT Tigers. Saints are going to face guard here. Brandon Arnold, number 4, is going to get called for a foul right on the baseline, the right side of the court. So Troy Pierre-Louis is going to go to the free throw line for 2, or a one-on-one situation.
Almost looked as he stepped out of bounds first, but
Ref
didn't get the call.
It did look so, Angus, but the ref thought that he got pushed. One-on-one situation here for Troy Pierre-Louis. 2 big free throws here as we have 0.4 on the clock left.
0.4 left. If he makes this one, you might want to just throw the next one.
First one up and good. So the RIT Tigers is going to take this win here tonight, folks. Great game thus far in Berkman Gymnasium, as St. Lawrence has now moved to 3-12 overall in the season, and overall 1-7 in the Liberty League play. RIT Tigers now move to 7-8 overall and 5-3 in Liberty League play.
Although the Saints don't get the win here tonight, it was a shining spot in their season so far, I gotta say. Saw some great effort from players like Brandon Arnold, along with Ben Crawford. And RIT just was a little bit too much for them. They had some grit at the end there with that save. We'll see you here tomorrow as St. Lawrence takes on Hobart for both the men's and the women's. I'm Angus Wolf signing off along with
Addy Adams. We'll see you back here tomorrow, folks.